Hi, we're underneath the hood of our 1966 Ford Mustang. This guy is in full Shelby 350 GT dress. It looks like one, it acts like one, it's an automatic. I'll point out the Shelby features on this vehicle. It is not a Shelby car. This particular car did start life as a C-code car, which is 289 two-barrel car. But it did have a 289 V8 in it to begin with. But this particular one, we don't know if it's a correct motor that came with the car, but we do know that it's a built 289 at this point. Has an Edelbrock aluminum intake manifold on it. Has a Carter AFB carburetor. It has the Shelby Cobra valve pan covers on it. Does not have power steering. Does not have power brakes. Does, however, have disc brakes in the front. Does have all the Shelby structural supports underneath the hood. This particular car has a set of very unusual headers in it. You don't very often see these. They're expensive to build, but they really work. They're called a tri-Y system. You have two that go into one, another two that go into one, and then those four go into another one. So you're basically forming three Ys in this system before they configure into one adjoining pipe that goes out into the exhaust system. Engineered by Chrysler too, by the way, like most everything. This particular car, though, is very, very high-end. It's got beautiful fender panels on the inside. It does have the original Ford stamping for the C code and the year and serial number for the car. Very legible, and the original inner fender panel, which has no deterioration or rust whatsoever. Just a very, very nice car. Very well done. Original equipment style radiator. The radiator core support has never been bumped or banged or anything. New battery in it. No oil leaks. All new hoses. It's just a very, very well done, well executed representation of a 350 GT Shelby style car under the hood. Let's walk around the rest of it and see what we can show you. Hi, you're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida, and today our special guest on the floor is a 66 Ford Mustang Fastback in Shelby GT350 trim. We've been trying to do this video since 8 o'clock this morning. I think it's about 3:30 something to 4 now. Not that we're busy down here or anything, but we're going to get it done this time no matter what it takes to finish just at least this video on this car. Gaps on the hood are absolutely beautiful on this car, and if you notice, the hood is not heaved up like a lot of them are. They're fiberglass with a metal structural support on them, and most of the people leave the springs on them, and what happens, that fiberglass, after a period of time, the springs from pushing on it will distort the hood. It's not uncommon for Shelby cars to see them with this heaved up, sometimes as much as a ½ an inch. This one has a prop rod. The people chose to take those springs off, which was suggested that you do, and put a prop rod on it. That's what's been done with this vehicle. So the gaps on it are beautiful. The fitment to the fenders is absolutely beautiful. Fitment in the front, as you can see, is just exemplary. Just really, really nice. These hoods generally do not fit like this one does. Beautiful fitment on this. Correct Shelby style scoop, correct Shelby style striping on the car. It is the correct candy apple red paint on the car. The gaps the whole way even to the cowl area are absolutely gorgeous on the vehicle. Paint, the fit, the finish, the paint job on this car is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There's no marks or waves or imperfections in it at all. Not in the front end. We'll go around the rest of it and we'll find out if we can find something or not. Chrome on the front bumper is just as it was when it was new. Shelby style grill in it, aluminum. Trim around the grill, your anodized aluminum fittings and everything, just as sweet and nice as you'd ever hope to find them. The white stripes that transition down through the filler panel and the front fascia, the front valance, is all just really sweet, really nice. Bumperettes are very nice, chrome finish on them yet. Fitment of the bumper, you can see, it's just, again, you need a micrometer to find a differentiation on the fit of this bumper. The parking lights in the front are just as nice and shiny and clean as you'd ever want to find them. Absolutely nothing on the front end of this car that is out of place. Everything, the fit, the finish, the paint, there's nothing to deter anyone from buying this vehicle. Correct hood pins too, by the way. Let's go down the driver's side and see what we can find for you there. Okay, driver's side. Bumper fitment is absolutely beautiful in the front. You can see they even rolled the front fender lips in the way Shelby did for clearance for the front tires, a little larger front tires. Paint is absolutely stunning on this vehicle. Kelsey Hayes Magnum 500 wheels also, which were a Shelby option on these vehicles. This has them with BFG white letter tires also. It does have disc brakes in the front also, but you'll see that on our undercarriage presentation. But it does have discs in it also, just like a Shelby would. Trim around the front windshield. The stainless is, there's not a single mark anywhere on it. Tinted glass, no marks. There's not even any wiper marks from the wipers being used. Correct arms, which are polished stainless. Incorrect blades, they're off of like a 70, 71, 69 car. More of an argent color than a polished stainless finish. Doesn't detract any from the value of the vehicle though. Front fender to the door. This you can even see on the video how well this car fits together. Drip rail, no marks whatsoever. The roof, there's not a blemish, not a single imperfection in that roof. No matter where you look, you can pan across it however you want, and you can't see a deviation, an imperfection anywhere on the car. The wipes have been replaced. They're nice and fresh fuzzies. I call them fuzzies. They are actually called window wipes. The stainless outer lip is just as sweet as can be. Correct Shelby style racing mirror also. Chrome on the door handle, same as everything else on this car. Finish is absolutely astronomical. Very, very good. Here's something unusual. A lot of people put these side scoops on the vehicle to mimic a Shelby scoop. But what they don't realize is these were actually used as ducts for cooling the rear brakes on these vehicles. This person chose to go ahead and install the correct Shelby ductwork. I have my fingers in it now. It goes in about right here. And it goes through the inside part of the wheel well and then ducts into the front part of the wheel well right here. And it exits right onto the brakes to help cool them. So it does have functional brake cooling ducts on this vehicle, as a Shelby would. You can't see it, and we'll show it to you in the interior presentation that we do. There is no back seat, and the reason there's no back seat is the person that did the car chose to make it like a Shelby R car. Now it does not have the plastic rear window like a Shelby car would, but they eliminated the back seat and just have a nice flat tray. Probably lost about 100 pounds of weight there also. So it doesn't have it. At this point it's got 2 bucket seats. If someone had to sit back there, they could. It's not that it's not accessible, it is. It just does not have a rear fold-down seat in it, just so you know that. Quarter panel finish, same as everywhere else. Nice tin lips on it, it's good. Plastic Shelby style windows and aluminum trim around them. The back light is also tinted just like the front one was. This is a very, very high-end, high-quality car. A little tiny mark right there. A little tiny one. You have to look to see it, but it's there. Paint, the fit, the panel fitment, everything on this car is absolutely top shelf. You'll not find a nicer one than this. Even the transition from the back of the quarter panel to the tail end pieces to the bumper fitment is as nice as you'll ever find on any vehicle, not just the Mustang. Went down the whole driver's side. There's absolutely nothing out of place. Let's see what's on the back end of it. Okay, our rear deck. You can see the fitment of this rear deck is the same as the fitment of the hood on the front. Just as beautiful as you could possibly find. Absolutely no deviation whatsoever. The paint on this car is second to none. Too bad it never came like this from the factory, but it didn't. This is, someone has spent a lot of money and a lot of time to make this paint fit and finish the way it is. No marks or anything around the tail light bezels. The tail lights themselves are nice and shiny and crisp. Wow. There is no deviation on that back bumper, and I mean none. It's the same as it is on one side as the other. The fitment horizontally, laterally, every way is just absolutely flawless. Nice clear backup lenses on the rear valance. Again, the striping transitions down through the filler panel in the back and also the rear valance. You can see your two turned down exhaust tips the way the Shelby actually would have them. Of course, it does have a Shelby gas cap on it. That goes without saying. And it's absolutely like new. The car's beautiful on the back end. We got one more side left to go, and so far I haven't found a chip, a mark, nothing. Let's see what's on the passenger side. Okay, passenger side of our GT350. Again, the same as the other side. Quarter panel is absolutely beautiful. Trim around the window, same as the other side. That one had a little tiny mark, which I can still see. I can't feel it, but I can see it. That's weird. Absolutely nothing there. Again, plastic windows, trim around them is flawless. Quarter panels, same as the other side. These Magnum wheels really add a lot of pop to this vehicle. They just make a vehicle, whether it's a Mustang or a Mopar or a Chevy, a Chevelle. They're just a fantastic design wheel. Never got old with age. They're still in vogue today. This side of the roof is same as the other. There's absolutely no flaws, deviations, nothing. Drip rail, zip. Whiskers, wipes, same as the other side, new. Handle, chrome's a foot deep. They vented that one too. Quarter to the door to the rocker panel. Look at this. This is amazing. It's totally amazing. The fit on this car is just absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. Again, the trim on this side around the window. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Original design Ford antenna. Front fender. I love this GT350 designation. That white with the white stripes on this red body just screams at you, especially with the white letter tires. Fender lips the same way. Absolutely beautiful. We're back up where we started on the front end again. You know, I just went over this entire vehicle. You watched me do it with my hands. I didn't find a stone chip, a mark, a dent, a deviation, a panel that didn't fit, a piece of chrome that didn't shine. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't find externally on this vehicle. I could not find a single thing. We showed you the engine compartment, and this is the same as this. It's a very high quality, very well done, well executed representation of a GT350 Shelby R-Type car. And it's in the best color combination that you'd ever want to hope to find. We're going to do an interior presentation here in a second so you can see the amenities inside the car. But it's a very difficult car to find in this type of quality. This car is just, I went over this whole thing and there was just nothing to report to you, not one single thing, not one little tiny thing out of place, nothing. It's a car that you can buy at Hangsters in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's very nominally priced. It's not overpriced at all. You're going to be very impressed at what you can buy this vehicle for. Check out our website, Hangsters, Daytona, Florida. Okay, we're in our 66 Shelby GT350 R-style car. No back seat. But it does have two great bucket seats in the front, very well padded, completely redone. This entire vehicle is done as though it was a brand spanking new car. You know when I always describe a headliner as being drum tight? Check this out. Sounds like a drum head. No marks on the dash, padded dash. All the soft trim around here is just as new as it was when it left the factory. Sun visors the same way, original equipment style, and just as sweet as can be. Door panels the same way. The handles and the door openers and the armrest. Chrome on everything is as it was when it was new. Shelby style shifter, handle on it, automatic and on the floor. Shelby wheel, real wood. Shelby style dashboard in it. All the chrome trim on this vehicle inside is brand spanking new. Even the mirror hanger is new on it. No marks on the mirror. Does have all the side panels and the rear panel. It's just missing the rear seat, and it has a shelf in it as a Shelby R car would have had. Carpeting is absolutely brand new. Like I said, the seats are very, very well padded. There's not one thing out of place in this vehicle. Check this out. How about the original 1966 owner's manual with the original in the glove compartment four-way flasher and the light still works in the glove compartment. This thing is as complete a 66 Shelby style vehicle as you could ever hope to find. There is not one negative on this entire vehicle. We were through the whole outside of it. You didn't see anything on it. We're in the inside now, and I can't even, there's not even a mark on the kick panels, which appear to be original equipment style. The sill moldings are still polished, shiny aluminum as they would have been when they were new. Everything on this car is top shelf. You're buying a Shelby GT350 R-type style Mustang, as new as it was in 1966 when it would have left the factory, for a fraction of what it would be if it was a real Shelby. You'll absolutely flip out over this car. It's a nice car. Well, let's see here. Fuel gauge is working. We got a half tank, which is unusual for us, but we do have half tank. Oil pressure is up the way it's supposed to be. The amp gauge is functioning. Temperature is coming up. We just started it. Let's see if the radio works.
And they'll pull it out if it looks like anything at all.
Holy crap, the radio works. Hard to believe. Let's see. Wipers are working. You can see the wipers are functioning as they should. Horn. Horn is working. Let's go for a ride and see how this guy functions. Turn signal. Speedometer's working just as it should. Everything in this vehicle is just the way it should be. Down the road, here we go. No hands, straight. Let's see if we can put our brakes on now. No hands. No hands, brakes on. No problem stopping with no hands. No pulling whatsoever. Nice, tight car. This car represents itself the way the rest of it does. The undercarriage, the exterior, interior, everything. And the running ability, this is exactly on par with the rest of the car. Just exemplary. You cannot find a nicer running, nicer aesthetically pleasing vehicle than this. Just as tight and nice as can be. The steering is very responsive and tight, no wandering. Great vehicle. A little bit here. At 70, I gotta shut them off and get into some traffic. But again, no hands, nice as can be, down the road. Guy stopping here, turning. Very nice, tight, smooth vehicle. Nice as you would expect from the representation of the rest of the vehicle. The driving ability of this is on par with the rest. Top shelf. Hi, we're in Daytona Beach at Hankster's, and I think the temperature's already surpassed 100 degrees, and it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet. So we're going to get this done as soon as we possibly can out here. We're underneath our 66 Shelby style 350R car, which means it has no back seat in it. It does have two front buckets though. This car is one of those vehicles that, again, was a labor of love for someone, and it's done completely over the top. Any little tiny minute issue that could be addressed has been done underneath this vehicle, and on top also. We did the other video presentations. This is our last one, so just want to point out a few of the things that were done on this vehicle. The new sway bar links, new bushings for the front sway bar, Disc brakes in the front, new backing plates, new rotors, new calipers. They're not even discolored yet. The rotors, new associated hardware, all new steering gear. Obviously a deeper sump oil pan on our 289 motor that's in it. New starter, new steering pitman arm, new idler arm, new ball joints, new shocks. Very unusual set of headers on this vehicle, and I love the design of these. They're a tri-Y setup. You have two going into one, two going into one, and then those two going into the collector, which you see here. Appears to be about a 3-inch collector, and it looks as though it transitions into about 2 1/8 pipes, I'd say. C4 tranny, no leaks on the bell housing, no leaks on the engine, everything freshly done, everything. Subframes, torque boxes in the front, all as they were when they left the factory. No sound deadener, no splatter undercoating on this car at all, anywhere. Again, the subframes as new as they were back in 1966. Floor pans pinch welded to the rocker panels just the way they should be. Functional parking brake, new vacuum modulator, new U-joints, new fuel line, new brake line. There's nothing on this car that has not been addressed. Again, parking brake hardware and functional. Nice addition. H-pipe gives you a little bit more torque, a little bit more top end horsepower also. We're halfway through this vehicle, and the undercarriage of this vehicle represents itself as a brand new 1966 Ford Mustang, or in this case Shelby GT350R car. Fantastic so far. Let's see what's on the back half. Okay, second half of our GT350R Mustang. Again, fuel lines, brake lines, everything all brand spanking new, and stainless steel also from the appearance of them. Under chassis mufflers, original equipment type, made in the USA even on it. How about that? Torque boxes in the front, a little mark here from a jack stand through the years. None on this side, but there is a little tiny indent right there from one. Little pull right here and here from the vehicle being tied down through the years for shipment. Drum brakes in the back, heavy duty 8-inch Ford rear end in it also. New U-joint in the back, of course. Coil over shock absorbers in the back, which are also brand spanking new. Nice arch to the rear leaf springs in this, multi-leaf springs in the Mustang. The floor pan above the rear differential is just as sweet and new as it ever was when it was leaving the factory in 1966. Got a couple of small resonators on the exhaust system, the way Ford would have had them for your trumpets out the back. These two transition right underneath the rear valance, the way they would on a real Shelby. Brand spanking new gas tank, which appears to be stainless steel. All new hardware, all new sending unit and pickup. Original equipment type too, because it does have the drain. The drop downs in the quarter panels are absolutely like the way they were when they were new. I can't see anything underneath this vehicle that isn't completely renovated to the point of originality. This car is one of those cars that you can't help but get excited over, and I get underneath these things sometimes, and on top, you know, I just get kind of carried away at how well someone has spent the time to bring this car back to better than new conditions. I mean, this car is absolutely phenomenal. It's available here at Hanksters. We're going to go for a test drive for you and show you what it runs like. And you got to look at this. It's on our website.